For the treasurer's report, we'll have her come up later to give the financial readout for the chapter when she gets back. And we'll move on with Alan for our membership report.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alan Mentor, and talking about the membership. We have had a lot of events this year. I kept getting people's names and numbers and attention, so let me pull up the numbers and let you guys know how we're doing. Do I have the right one? All right, so I think. We have 79 people receiving emails and blasts from us and who signed up and came to our events this year, starting from our first event during the general body membership drive. We have 32 of them who are willing, who paid, 47 of them who have given us information and have the membership form. So we got to find those 15 people and ask them to kindly open up their wallets and let us know. We have 9 returning members who paid as well, and 54 who I'm trying to track down to get them to join. So that's our numbers for this year.
Okay. All right, thank you, Alan. If you're one of those 15, please see us. And next we'll have Crystal for our Region 4 report. Crystal is also our Regional College Initiative Chair, so she has the inside track on what's going on within our Region 4 area.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Crystal Watkins. What I'm going to do is show a video about our SIGs. That's our special interest groups. A lot of people don't know about it. They just probably signed up for a SIG. So I'm just going to present a video so you can get to know more about it. Hopefully that video explains a lot about the SIGs. I'm in a couple SIGs. I'm in the WISE, the Women in Science and Engineering, and also in the IT think tank. So, is anybody going to nationals this year? Where is that? Ooh, it's in Boston. So you'll get to know a lot of the directors of the SIGs, and each SIG will have different workshops. So with that's it. Oh, I want to say one thing. Thank you guys for coming to Detroit Mercy. You probably had a hard time, but this was my school. I got my bachelor's and master's here, so I appreciate this school and I love it, so enjoy.
Now, where can people sign up for SIG?
Actually, when you do the membership, they'll ask you about the different SIGs you want to join, or if you go back into your profile, it'll have a different SIG, so you can join that way. They just had a SIG. They had a webinar for a SIG, and they were talking about financial management and financial planning. And also, the environmental SIG is helping out with Flint. I'm not sure if you received any publication, but there is a GoFundMe page to donate money for Flint to help them. So look out for that. So that's it.
All right, thank you, Crystal. And next, we're going to have Monique Lake bring the treasurer's report, and then we're going to roll into our recap of last event, and then bring Will forward. Also, guys, we have our plates and napkins, so get something to eat. Please, please, please grab something to eat.
Oh, you already did?
I should have last night.
Was it my Gmail account? I thought it was going to be a message, like, just running back, right there. There you go. No, I'm saying, because you know, about remember I gotta edit the video and then upload it. And then we kind of get all things like, you know, keep it in the podcast version. But we kind of, then we kind of get all that nice stuff in the actual video, inside the video, you know what I'm saying?
Need any more?
Reaction video. Like, you know, sometimes I do all like that.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, we have that so much.
All right, everybody have a treasury report?
Yes.
Okay, so, basically, we have not had as of yet any, transaction from the last time I did the treasury report for our board meeting in February. So everything that is showing up to date is up to date till the end of February. And of course, after I check the PO box for account statements and whatnot, then I can make sure that, you know, I include that information for the next one. But some of the information on here is different and updated from when you last saw it, okay? So, I included, some transactions from August through September and then, September through October, and the lighter color is the withdrawals. I always put those on there first. And the $1,905.06 is what we started with at that point. And then after going down a little further on the second page, I put that in bold, but no real apparent reason other than the fact I put it in bold at the bottom. With the check that went to the state of Michigan. So that's at the bottom, and then from October, November, December, going into January, those transactions as far as withdrawals or things that came out of our account. And then on the last page is where we get the deposit information. So from October, November, and February 1st, those deposits are showing in the amount of $1,520. So as of the end of February, total amount in our main account, $2,486.60. And then I always include the account notes for the secondary account and for our PayPal, for anything that has been added or subtracted from those. So those totals are right there. And like I said, the next time we have a general body meeting, I will include the, if anything has come and gone between beginning March till then, I will include those on that report. Any questions? And I will come back later to talk about an upcoming fundraiser that we will be having very soon. So I'll talk about that after the presentation. And I have tickets for that available. Stay tuned.
All right, thank you, Monique.
Thank you.
And, okay, so real quick, our recap of our last events, for those of you guys who missed it, we had a January general body meeting at Lawrence Tech. Courtesy of our NSBE Lawrence Tech chapter, Mashaya, thank you so much. We had a joint meeting with the NSBE LTU chapter, and we had Dr. Sabrina Collins from the Charles H. Wright Museum come out and give us a presentation on African Americans in science and engineering, and also a brief history on the Charles H. Wright Museum. And we also briefly participated in the MLK Walk and Day of Service, which was on January the 18th. It was a walk from the Hope United Methodist Church over to the Southfield Pavilion. For those who did go, it was very cold that day. And we basically met up over at the pavilion. There were some events there, organization tables, and so just next year, think about it. If we're interested in doing a table, just putting it out there. We need to, you know, plan for that. But it was just really nice, a day of service to commemorate Dr. King's holiday. We also had a networking event during Engineers Week at the Punch Bowl Social with NOMA and NAMC. They are, NOMA is an organization for minority architects, and NAMC is an organization for minority contractors and civil engineers, if I'm correct, which was started by one of our members, Carolyn Buckles. So it was just a get together for us to spend some time, network, and hang out. Afterwards, last week, SWE had the Girls Engineering Exploration event at the Michigan Science Center. It was so much fun. Crystal and I got to be mentors to a group of girls, took them through different activities in the museum. They got to listen to people talk about their engineering careers, and it gave them a chance to think about what they wanted to do for their future. So that's an annual event. I believe this is the 6th year for it. So if anyone's interested, maybe for next year, just consider participating, because it was a lot of fun and it was really worth it, because the girls were looking for mentors and looking for people to look up to and to aspire to be like. So just putting it out there. It will probably be around this same time again next year.
Michelle?
Yes.
I just had one thing to add to that. A bunch of, well, I won't say a bunch, a few of us from NSBE and related societies were also on the panel for the teacher and parent discussion, and while the kids were doing their thing, some teachers were there and parents of the girls, and we participated, myself and Terrellyn, and a few other people were on the panel during that session, so that was really good.
Okay,
We were downstairs with Fernay.
Oh, okay, so I missed you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so they even had events for the parents.
Yep.
So, again, that's an annual event, and, you know, we're gonna be looking to get more involved with activities like that, with other organizations like SWE in the future. And I don't wanna leave out, NSBE LTU has their NSBE Junior Field Zone program. It's going on Saturdays, I believe, up through about, April?
I think it's like the last week of April.
Last week of April. And so they've been meeting every Saturday at the Field Zone, which is over at the Southfield Pavilion. Started on, I believe it was February 6th, so it'll be running through the end of April. And again, they have programs and activities for kids to come out, learn about engineering, get some hands-on experience. They get a chance to interact with the members of Lawrence Tech Chapter, and even us. You know, we go and help out to spend some time with the kids and to help, you know, mentor LTU and the kids as well through their activities and any questions that they may have. So if anyone's available, just go volunteer, hang out, see what it's about. Please come on down. I believe you guys are having an event tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I would suggest people come to like the next Saturday, not this upcoming one, because we're going to the Michigan Science Center.
Okay, so they're having a field trip tomorrow. But outside of that, it is at the pavilion from like 11 to 1 o'clock. If you have any further questions about it, please see Mashaya. She is the president for the Lawrence Tech Chapter. And that brings us to our presentation. William Bowen, he is a member of our chapter. He is actually one of our PCI chairs, and he will be coming to give a presentation on thinking outside of the box from an IT perspective. So please let's welcome Will.
You know, I decided to go ahead and throw a quick pic of myself holding my UDM faculty badge.
As you guys see here, basically I was going to talk about like thinking, you know, about life in general, but from an IT perspective, like anything else. Always best to think outside the box, because what you think is the right way to do, 9 out of 10, maybe some better ways of doing it, or what other people tell you to do it, maybe better ways. course, this is a little bit about myself. Those of you guys who want to contact me, best way to get in contact with me will be via my Gmail account, also on different social medias, but make it simple for everybody to do Gmail, because I know most everybody has Gmail or some email account. And currently I have a Master's of Computer Information Systems through Microsoft Certification, Certified Ethical Hacker, as well as Security Plus. Full-time job was an IT specialist with federal government, and then I work part-time here at UP Mercy as an adjunct professor, and basically I teach most of the IT classes like network security, networks, and then through programming classes. And then from time to time, actually right now I also do a few fitness boot camps as well. So if anyone wants to go to my boot camp sessions, please see me afterwards as well for that. And if possible, if I can get the financial funding for it, possibly start a PhD program that will help information systems in the near future. So basically, while we're in school, a lot of us are basically taught to, hey, follow a certain process to attain certain results. So basically, we say, okay, here's the process. You get up, you get your degree, you get up afterwards, start working, get up at 6 o'clock, be at your desk at 9 p.m., work all day, then you go to lunch if we realize to have lunch, then you go home at 5 p.m., rinse, repeat until you get promotion, then you get promotion, move to the next step, repeat process all over again. But unfortunately, that doesn't always work that way. Because of course there are different variables, different organizations, and of course a lot of politics, so what may work for one person may not work for the other person. And then on top of it, as times change, processes change, especially if you're in IT, because back in the day, before I was even born, people were going through little punch cards, say, okay, we're going to transfer data to a punch card, then with the floppy disk, then CDs and everything, basically going through a network. So obviously trying to tell someone to get an IT job with skills from 20 years ago, it's not going to fly. And likewise, many freshmen, college freshmen believe this can be the case when they're actually in a class where, okay, you think it's going to be a mundane, regular course, only to find out, hey, your professor throws a curveball and asks you crazy questions that actually aren't in the textbooks, or give you a project that's not in the textbook. One project that would be, when I took operating systems a few years ago, our professor said, okay, I want you to build a parallel programming program. And also add some animation and have a car move by itself in the program as well. No information about how he wants the car to move or what the car should look like. So when people took the class, it was actually one of those situations where the professor actually wanted to think outside the box. So since when C++ were working with C in and C out statements, everything was text-based. So most people just did this. Pretty much said, okay, we have a little star here, and then we use little ASCIIs to the side, and then have the little star move this way or this way. Kind of scroll for a period of time and then stop, scroll again and stop, scroll again and stop. So that's one way people were doing it. So that was the simplest way. Then people got a little more creative and said, okay, we're actually going to try to draw a car out like this, or some type of representation of a car with different ASCII characters. And of course, that kind of built upon what people tried earlier on, that made it look a bit nice. So first start with just text saying like ready, run, start, whatever. Then with the ASCII characters, and then something that somewhat looks like a car. Then, probably like you're through on the course, decided, hey, let's actually do a little bit more research on this, because yes, that fulfills what they want for the class, but at the same time, it looks kind of tacky just looking at that going against the screen. Maybe there's a way we actually get some images in the program. And actually, there was a class that said, hey, guess what? You can insert a GIF file to your C++ file. So instead of sending all that, we saw a regular car actually being driven against the screen. So basically, you pretty much got a little bit extra reward if you actually tried a little harder to do beyond the expectation of the class. You got a nice looking program. Otherwise, hey, you just got some black and white text that's what to represent what people think it was to represent. And I have no idea why I decided to choose the most complicated example for that, because there was a mouthful just explaining it. And there's pretty much the actual textual version of it. So basically, this had to be an operations class. Pretty much had to make a program visually displaying a process start, stop, and pause. Some people gave up and said, you know, I'm going to keep it text, and that was the easiest route, less rewarding. Then most people said, hey, you know what, let's go to middle of the road, let's do the ASCII art, like I showed you earlier. Middle of the road, people actually say, let's do some research, actually do some graphics in there. If they say, we're using C++, that's the program, the idea that we have. Why don't we take advantage of actually having visual C++ and actually give some a visual representation to our program. So likewise, very few of us did that, and we're pretty much people that aced the class. And of course, trying to do something very difficult about that many instructions sounds very much like a recent NSBE Junior project we tried to do in Southfield. And of course, whether we're building bridges with limited materials or creating software with limited resources and or requirements, we all run into challenges that require us to basically think outside the box and make challenging decisions. Because in life, we're going to have different situations where, hey, our path may not be set for us step by step by step. We got to make some guesses, take some challenges, take a few chances here and there, but you know what? You may fail, but you just get back up, keep trying, because even though you may fail one time, you're not going to constantly continue to fail. And eventually, as you fail, you begin learning. As the more you learn, the more you succeed afterwards. And of course, one of the biggest things in both IT and engineering is finding out exactly what your customer wants or what their problem actually is. And if you don't know exactly what the problem is, how you be able to solve it. So basically, think of the old school example of where someone goes to an IT factory and says, hey, you know what? We want we actually want somebody to build us a swing. So standard engineering technique. So people say, okay, let's try engineer it. So first thing you know, someone says, okay, you want a swing, so we got a base here, swing will go here, and I think we have a structure here that connect the swing this way, and then one that way. Then someone else would come along and say, no, I don't like this idea. So this idea, people just coming out with stuff out of their heads, so then someone will say, well, we come around another structure where you suspend it from here, and then the swing goes in that way. Then someone says, no, I don't like that idea. Then they get a little more complicated. It's like, you know what, it'd be nice if we actually made the swing like a couch. And forgive my drawing's not that good, but yeah, imagine that's a couch, and then has some very strong structure supporting the swing like it's on a bridge. So you go through all that, only to find out you talk to the person who actually originally asked for the engineering requirement, and basically all they wanted was just a simple tire with a chain connected to a playpen or a German gym. That was it. So that's why it's always important for exactly what type of requirements your customers want before just jumping into the pit to do it. And last but not least, when you actually go through all this, it's all about critical thinking. So basically, you want to go back and forth with your customers, make sure you have a good chain of relationship with them. And basic critical thinking is more than anything else, it's just a mental process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and finally evaluate information to reach out to answer and make a conclusion afterwards. And of course, there actually were situations in the past where people say, I'm going to try and fail, try and fail, try and fail. So on the screen right now, what you'll notice is the fact that we have Windows 1.1, which was a huge failure back in the 1980s. And then before we had the iPhones, there are the Newtons. And at the time, people said Apple would never be able to create any type of portable device that anybody would want. Because basically the Newtons went bye-bye and got replaced by Palms. That's how bad the Newtons were. And I think what the problem is, to give you an idea where Newton was, Apple had pretty much set their game up and then eventually came up with the iPhones. And of course, now if you look at operating systems, Microsoft started off with this and they're getting killed by Apple with the original, Mac OS. And now, when we're on Windows 10 at this point, it's pretty much the #1 operating system. So basically, in both situations, each company tried something new and failed again until they were successful, and at the end, it paid off for them. So, like the old saying goes, first you don't succeed, try again. And of course, once you actually become successful, you actually need to ensure your products and services remain relevant. So one example would be is pretty much everything's moving to cloud and mobile devices. And companies, organizations actually need to be able to adapt to this. And of course, the same can be said for individuals in the workplace, and this includes your skill set, certification, experience, and so on. So prime thing I know is a lot of people are trying to push, I've seen people try to push my workplace in different areas, the fact that, hey, while you're working here, please be sure you take your developmental assignment, and please be sure you learn this. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. Only to find out that, okay, this skill set is something that happened back in the 1970s. Or they'll say, well, you need to take this programming class, and they're telling you, you take the class, you find out, okay, this is an introduction to COBOL. In all honesty, in 2016, I doubt that trying to learn COBOL this day and age is going to do that much good, or Fortran. And I know I was going to look ultra over knowing exactly what those two programming languages are, but that's the truth. And of course, moving on a little bit further on in history, we also had Java programming back in the 90s and 2000s. You know, that's kind of phasing out right now for like PHP, Perl, and that's kind of going out for Python. And basically, this is the primary reason why it's important to stay current with current trends and with employers and customers that you're looking for if you're trying to get a job or if you're just trying to get a product out there. Another example would be, let's say you're trying to build the best app that's out there, an app that everyone wants to pick up. Make sure you put on a mobile device or one that's actually in a lot of users' hands, like the iOS or Android devices. And even then, probably the Windows devices, because Windows has a smaller market, but it still exists. So you got time, go ahead and beg it for Windows Mobile as well. But don't waste your time trying to beg it for like the Nokia, can't remember the name of it, but it was like just a Palm Pilot or something that old, because it's not going to sell. People are going to look at it as, oh, okay, this is cute. This is for my old Taco Shell phone that came out back in the day. Engage. So this day and age, don't try to get that for the Engage. So just like for development science, when you're taking class, make sure the class is actually relevant to your current skill set that we just mentioned. And of course, basically in closing, just make sure you have a good chain of communication with everybody you work with. Stay current with all the trends that are going on in technology. Make sure you actually know what you're doing before just jumping out there and say, I want to take this job out, do and research first about what the job is about. Other than that, you should be fine. And basically, in closing, I'd state that don't be afraid to take the path less traveled. Do what feels best, in your opinion, for your current situation, and maintain a positive attitude. And one final thing I would like to do is, only because I was like super scared to do this presentation in the first place, if you're watching this video, Shamlo, thanks, and WooFit, thanks for actually giving me the inspiration to actually do this. Alright, so, any questions?
Why were you nervous?
Huh?
Why were you nervous?
I don't know, just something different from what I would normally do.
Don't you teach?
Yeah. I teach, but it was like, you know, kind of like just a different subject, different topic, trying to do a lot of stuff off the top of my head versus having it all scripted out. Go ahead.
What was one of the most out-of-the-box things that you've ever thought of or done?
Well, next to the operations class, that kind of pushed me to do a lot of stuff, well, working with NSBE. And I think a few people that were here at U of D during the time frame knows like the whole NSBE trivia game. So it kind of went from being just a text-based game to being something that was grounded for the own time full motion video in it. And then for me, career-wise, I have to say, kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, actually doing a lot of fitness stuff as well.
Okay.
And then from there, actually, I do have a few apps on Google Play Store that actually are fitness related, so that's one way you can think about it.
Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead.
So from app development, is a customer, as you as a developer more concerned with customer security? What's the first item for driving development of an application?
Good thing you brought that up, because that's one slide I meant to put in there. I actually deal with the 3 elements of information assurance, which would be confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So definitely, one thing I focused on almost entirely than that was the availability, but you also want to check the integrity of the program too. So in other words, make sure that you're actually getting valid input, output from the system, make sure that it runs like it's supposed to. And then come to reality, make sure that you have any and all types of personal information. It's in a situation where, it's set up so only the users can see it, or only the related commerce organizations can see it as well. Because obviously you want to make sure you have strong encryption in there and follow all the rules, regulations, so no one can just go in there and hack your account. And me personally, I actually like to use third-party tools dealing with finances. If and when I have customers ask for applications that deal with financial information, go to a third party. That way it takes the liability off of you and puts it on a third party and gives you a little more room. But
what's your favorite language, and what other language do you know? What's your favorite language? Computer language, and what other language do you know?
sure, my favorite one is C++, only because I feel like I have the most flexibility with it.
You say what, C?
Sorry, C++.
Okay.
Because that seems the most flexible, and seems like a lot more I can do with it. And then right afterwards, Java, because I know I'm going to get, a lot of people are going to give me hate for this, but with Java, if it's something that's real simple, and I want to work on like multiple platforms, with Java, of course, you can write it once and it pretty much will run on everything. Even though I have run in some instances where I might have to change a few lines of code here and there, but nothing like too major. And then obviously I also know like HTML, JavaScript, then a little bit of COBOL, but I haven't used that in like ages. Go ahead.
What are some of the challenges in, I guess, teaching the younger generation the coding language? Because I took C++ and I didn't really like it. I thought MATLAB was a lot easier to understand. And then in my profession, I use Visual Basic. So, like, what do you think are some challenges in teaching, like how important it is to know like the IT side, even if you're not going to go straight into computers and security and all that stuff?
Good question. That kind of plays to what we're going to do with the next journey chapter in a few weeks. Basically, we try to make it fun for them. So for me, like in the presentation I'm working on right now, it's going to be set up so as I'm showing how to build software, it's going to be almost like a game setting. So I actually have a game that I'm pretty much working on that actually will show them, ask them to type in different commands, do certain things. So basically say, hey, we're going to go a little bit on network security first and then probably go on programming afterwards. So you go play the game, okay, we need to know what does IF config do, what does IP config do, and then from there you start to say, okay, what's an int, what's a char, what's a string, and so on, and then have little animations play in the background and kind of reinforce what they just learned. Kind of a little game for them. I think a lot of it is like mental more than anything else. But if you can make, like anything else when you're working with kids, just like people in general, you make something fun, exciting, then they'll be more into it. Same thing I do with my fitness clients, trying to make it fun for them. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there like, do I have to do these push-ups? Do I have to do these squats? And then when I'm teaching a class, you're like, do I have to learn all these regulations? Do I have to know all these formulas and equations? So yeah, you gotta make it a little bit exciting, otherwise people are just gonna kind of put it off. But
Okay, I see you said that you recommend that we stay current with technology. Is that kind of why you're going to look at having a PhD in
health information systems? Yeah, health information systems, because that's where I know a lot is starting to go into at this point. Because you know, it's still a lot in cybersecurity, but actually, to be brutally honest, I might start to see a lot more opening up in health information systems as well. So that way, if something doesn't open up cybersecurity-wise, or that like starts dying down, it's not something to fall back on. So always a good idea to have a plan B. Yep.
My question is kind of related. Do you ever find it's hard to keep up with the trends in your industry since they seem to move so fast?
Yes, because for me, it's like I literally have to set time for myself to just sit in front of the computer and actually research stuff. And then I'm actually have to subscribe to multiple YouTube channels as well that actually are current with technology, like Hack5 and This Week in Tech. So I kind of watch both of those programs or listen to podcasts. Podcasts are probably the easiest way to do it. Then another good one that's local would be Linux for the rest of us.
Sure. What about cybersecurity? How is that affecting any of your work products or releases?
Well, right now, so with the government, it affects a lot of things, but honestly, it's basically the same as it was for the last 15 years. Just processes and policies just are upgraded as different threats are introduced. So basically, it's just like it is right now with the auto industry. It's like last 15 years, everyone said, okay, we need to up our security, so we need to say, okay, we're gonna lock down the networks, so people can't use their USB thumb drives, certain instances. If they are using drives, then we need to find some way to scan it. Or preferably say, to put it on burn disk. That's why you go to some orders now, they still have DVD ROM drives because they literally don't want any USB thumb drives connected to it. And I'll let sure the administrator, you need to use it to install the operating system for machines without a disk drive. Okay, roundtable seems to be good. Any other questions? Anyone going to PenguinCon this year? PenguinCon is an event that happens in Southfield around late April, and I'm doing a panel there on pretty much IT. Really, what I'm doing is like, does the CPU still matter? Because now you have a lot of the Raspberry Pis and all these other small devices that run the ARM chip, and basically these devices only cost you like $35 to get a Raspberry Pi 3. It's a prime example. It's a quad-core machine, 64-bit. A gig of RAM, $35, you can pretty much run most of your modern software through multiple versions of Linux. And if you look how popular Linux has become, pretty much almost everything you do in Linux now is almost identical to what you do in Windows. So now people say, hey, guess what, I can make my Windows desktop port most of my stuff over to Linux by 75%. So with that being said, now the operating system is starting to matter less and less and less, especially when you add in web applications and mobile apps. Does the CPU matter anymore? So that'll be a topic I'll be discussing in that there. If anyone's interested, please let me know afterwards. All right, any other questions? All right.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving this presentation. This is for you.
All right.
Someone, you have to take a picture of this?
He's on the camera.
Okay. All right, thank you again for that, and everyone for asking really good questions. Yep, so we got a little extra time. Also encourage other officers and members, if you want to present during a general body meeting, let me know. You know, we would really, love to have you up here as well. Next on your agenda, number 7, we are having elections. Everybody get excited. So, for those of you who are current members, you should have been seeing some emails from Jonathan regarding the nominations that are going on through the 15th. So you have until the 15th to submit your nominations, and you can submit them via SurveyMonkey. The link is in the email that Jonathan has sent out. So you can nominate yourself. Yeah, so nominate yourself or nominate someone who you think would be, fit into the positions that are listed. There's the vice chair / chair-elect. That person will be the chair for 2017, 2018. Then you have the secretary, the treasurer, and the programs chair. There are additional positions, but those are elected positions that will be elected by the chair. That's currently myself. And please check your email. Jonathan also sent out the position descriptions of what will be expected, for the person who will be taking those roles. And again, nominations through the 15th. And then after that, we will be continuing with the election process. The actual elections will be taking place sometime early to mid-April. So please check your email, and I would definitely like to see who all is being nominated for positions. When the nominations close, Jonathan's going to send out another email to those who are nominated to give you a chance to confirm or deny your nomination. So again, please check your emails and please, please participate. You know, this is, to keep our chapter going and to give everyone a chance, a fair chance to participate and to be involved in the executive board, okay? So, thank you for that. Next, our future meetings and programs in block number 8. Engineering Smart is still looking for mentors. The actual event is going to take place on May 18th. I think that's a Monday, and that will take place at ESB. So if you're interested, please see the link that is in the agenda. I think if you have any previous agendas, it may have been wrong. So I know this one is actually correct. If you're interested, please sign up. Again, this will be mentoring for a competition, and that will be taking place on May 18th at ESD in Southfield. We also still have LTU with their NSBE Junior Field Zone event, and if you are available on Saturdays from 11 to 1, please come out and just spend some time with the kids and help out with the projects that they'll be working on. Will, I think you said you're going to be doing a programming.
Yes, one basically the introduction to computer science. So basically, I'm going to stick with programming and a little bit with social art. A little bit with network engineering as well, and some security stuff.
Okay, so please come out and just volunteer, just be there. You know, it's just good to have some supportive energy around. We've had a couple of other past members come out to help. I know Randall Cobb came out and did the recording engineering session, so the kids learned how to make some beats. And they just had a lot of fun, so you know, please come out and lend your time. The ESD Gold Award Banquet is next Wednesday, and it's going to be at Vista Tech in Livonia, and we have some nominees in the room. So could you just wave your hand, nominees? Actually, they are going to be award recipients, and Alan, he had to leave out early tonight. But Alan, Oliver, Julian, Jonathan, and Will, they are going to be recognized by ESD and our chapter. You know, we're going to present them with awards for all of, you know, their hard work, the time they've given to the chapter over the past year, and just our way of saying thank you. So if you are available, please come on out. The tickets are going to be $90 if you do come out. So if you have $90 and some time to spend with us on next Wednesday, please come out. We would love to celebrate with you, or have you celebrate with us. Next, our 42nd National Convention is going to be in Boston, Massachusetts. If you are trying to go, you need to register right now. I'm going. I believe Crystal, Jonathan will be attending as well. There are plenty of events for professionals, so if you don't make it this year, please consider going next year. There are tons of luncheons, events, networking opportunities, and a career fair. So please consider going to National Convention at some point if you can. Maybe if you have a chance to go through your jobs to recruit, consider doing that. But it's a great time to get away and to be recognized for our achievements, you know, that we have done throughout the year. And so next, before I bring up Monique to talk about the Mongolian barbecue fundraiser, Compass PDC, that will be on April 23rd. And what that is, our chapter is formed a coalition with Sweet Detroit and with Ship Detroit to do certain events together. One is our holiday party, which is a mixer get together for us to network and just spend some time together for the holidays, usually at the end of November, beginning of December. And then the PDC is a professional development conference. And over the past few years, we've had them in different places, and our attendees come out. Again, this is set up for you to have workshops, networking, and possible on-site interviews if you're looking for employment with whoever our host would be. So this year, we're going to be at DTE in downtown Detroit. If you're looking to work at DTE, or really, I think they probably will have a few other employers there as well, and presenters. So if you're interested in working for DTE or just looking for employment, please come on down to DTE on Saturday, April 23rd. Again, that is Saturday, April 23rd. It's usually from like 7:30 to 3 p.m. So this is another way for you to network, put yourself out there, meet some new people, and again, plenty of employment opportunities. So please just mark your calendars, and I'll bring Monique to talk about the Mongolian barbecue fundraiser.
Okay. I've got some flyers, so I'll just take some and pass them this way. Take one. Front here. And I'll pass the rest of these this way, so everybody get flyer. This is our annual BD Mongolian guest griller event. Now, if I do have you know, people that want to grill in the back with the employees, please let me know. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just pay and come and fellowship with us as we, you know, raise some funds for our chapter and future scholarship events that we may want, you know, to do at some point. So at the BD Mongolian restaurant in Royal Oak, it will be Tuesday, April 5th. And the time will be 6 to 9. And the tickets that I do have with me today, if you're interested in getting a ticket today, are $27 for adult and $15 for child 12 and under. All the ticket prices include tip and tax. So please come out and join us. A few of us here in the room have come out for that event, and we always have a good time. And I like that restaurant. They like to have us there. They're always very welcoming. So I encourage you, if you know, don't cook that night. Come and eat with us and help our chapter. Yeah, Tuesday, April 5th. And I know for those of us with kids, I don't have any, but some people do. If you want to bring kids, because they can eat, you know, kids like to eat, so bring kids. And then, you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, cooking for them. You just, you know, just bring the family, come on out. And you know, it's always a fun event. And it's on Tuesday. Not too much good is on Tuesday. I mean, depending on what you watch. So you'll be out, you know, by around 9. So if you want to catch some after 9 o'clock shows, you got some time. So I do have tickets up here, and if you want a ticket today, see me at the close of our meeting, and then if you want to get them on that day, that's fine too. All right?
Okay, so does anyone have any questions about anything, about any of our events? Anything
I
that you
just want to
want
say,
to know?
next year, hopefully, we are still helping Michigan Tech. That was really nice. I went to the one at Bates Academy,
Okay.
and I didn't know that they were doing these activities all during the day also, even though they only asked for help from 4 to 6. But they used their spring break to do this, so I commend them for, you know, the ones that I was able to talk to, for taking their spring break to go to all the schools during their break, because they were in multiple schools.
Okay.
We had to consider really, you know, helping support them with it, because they had a huge crowd at Bates Academy.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Our goal is to work as closely as we can with the local area collegiate chapters. We have been hanging real close with LTU this past year, and I'm trying to reconnect with Wayne State, the University of Michigan, Dearborn, and Ann Arbor if possible. And you know, I did hear about the Michigan Tech event, but it was like I think a few days ago. So, but definitely, if you can if you have, connections with them, to please just,
Well, it came from our chapter, so I'm
Did it?
that's
Oh,
why
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
yeah.
get the feedback that
Okay.
it was.
so you were
something
able to go
consider.
out.
Right, just
Okay.
consider it next year
Okay.
when they reach out, because I think it's something they do every year.
Yeah.
So to support their chapter,
Mhm.
it
That was the
helps,
fir-
because it really didn't have to do anything, it's just a support.
Yeah, this is the first time I had heard about it, and I honestly didn't know that they had a chapter. So, you know, that is something that I'll be keeping an eye out for. But if you happen to have met anyone from the chapter, please encourage them to, to keep reaching out to us and to let us know, what their events are and plans are for the year, so we can try to be, more involved with them. So I'm glad you had a chance to go out. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank NSBE for that. My daughter attends Bates and she was pretty excited about the NSBE event.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, Dad's a member, sort of.
Yeah. Also, Clea is a past chair. He sneaks in every now and again, but he is a past chair of this chapter, and we're very grateful to have your support. So
Always.
yeah.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Are you meeting somewhere at the national convention? Because I'm going to be able to go to help recruit, so I'm going to try to meet with you guys.
Oh, we'll figure it out. I think we're only gonna be about, so as far as I know, 4 deep. If there's anyone else going, Chris, you're
I'll be
going?
recruiting.
Okay, you're recruiting. Are you going? No. Oh, speaking of that,
Mark White is going too.
oh, is he? Okay. Last night, FCA had a very nice networking event at their headquarters in Auburn Hills, and saw Chris there and Alan there. They were on hand helping to recruit, hire, interview people. It was an excellent event, and I think they're going to be doing something like that maybe again in the future, or.
I think anybody who's interested in FCA specifically, Marlon Page is the director. She's an African American woman
For diversity
and inclusion. So anytime in all of our offices, when we walk around, what's up, because it's very far and few between that you see somebody that looks like you. But that's the purpose of her role there at FCA. But if anybody's interested, then I could be an avenue if you're looking at FCA potentially.
And she did say she wants to do more with us, so.
Yeah, more with that
Awesome.
specifically.
Okay, so yes, FCA is hiring, so if anyone is looking for any employment opportunities with Fiat Chrysler, we have 2 people here. We have Chris and Jonathan. And Alan, he had to leave out early, but if you're interested, please reach out to these guys and let them know, okay? So, anyone else? Any questions? No? Please?
Well, since you mentioned FCA hiring, I wanted to say EPA is hiring as well.
EPA is hiring as well.
IT positions and engineering positions.
Okay.
And students.
Okay.
There's also a lot of companies hiring through the NSBE portal. So if any of you are going to the conference and you're actually looking for a job, I completely suggest going through there, because that's how I landed my past summer internship that is rolling over to this summer with Boeing.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is all I have for the evening. Please eat up. We brought a lot of food to make sure everyone would have enough to eat. And you can feel free to hang out and stick around if you have any time to spend, any more time to spend with us. But if not, I thank you all for coming out, spending this evening, and we hope to see you again soon. Please see Monique about the flyers for Mongolian barbecue. And yeah, if we're not gonna see you next week at the Gold Award, yes, please definitely come out to the Mongolian barbecue. All right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one thing we forgot was we had a door prize, and a gentleman right here just won it.
Excuse me, everyone.
Yeah, all about NSBE love.
He's not a winner.
Huh?
He was closer to me.
I
was about 6. He's fighting outside.
But you can't go. You can't go.
If you're trying to donate to my college fund,
We'll let them discuss amongst themselves who's gonna get it. Alright, my final thing here is the actual gift I just got before leaving out. So some things remembered. Let's pull this boy
It
out.
was so much fun last week with Sweet. I mean, it was a
Okay, you see NSBE took care of me. I was saying opens up.
Right, Mary, that's what.
I'm not married.
Okay, pull that out. That's the gift. Alright, so I got a paperweight with my name engraved on it. Nothing wrong with that.
to like go and meet with the lady.
It's my name. That's Detroit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this video. Please be sure to check out BDPA's meeting next week, dealing with 3D printing. That is all. Good night.